Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
me, Banshee, Bly, and our therapy cat, Sunny. We're all here to help you through the unhappy
Happy
hour, where we tell you where it hurts, but what do we really want to do here, Mr.
Well, we want to turn that frown upside down. The Unhappy Hour is our special once-a-month show as the moon slides into its fourth quarter. It's working towards that final dark phase, and this may be the time where we feel the things that make us mopey, butthurt, whatever you want to call that, they kind of, percolate and move us towards that final phase of the dark moon. This show is basically designed to help you understand those things and maybe give you some ideas on how you're going to deal with them.
So we're going to do the 4 readings for the elemental signs of the Zodiac and a 5th one at the end for more social, political issues to see where it hurts on a national, international level.
So let's get started with that.
Let's do that. I'm going to let you shuffle first. Exactly.
And just as in our regular happy hour show, we always read each card upright. This reading says every card will be read upside down.
Reversed.
And of course, because that is our intent, this is all meant to be therapeutic in the way that we can do that. Of course, we are not allowed to.
So who are we reading for first as I interrupt you? We're reading for the air signs. Air signs, you are up.
What do you think about that?
I don't know.
I think it's you.
Maybe. I don't mind that card either way, actually. So I don't know what you speak of.
Well, that explains a lot.
All right. Does it? So air signs, you are up. Just give me a second here to shuffle.
And of course, you're watching this as a recorded reading. However, we are with you there live in the chat room when this plays, which will be Sunday evening.
Yes, we have a live show Sunday. My material matters in the morning, so this will be the evening Sunday.
Okay, our first position. Where does it hurt?
What is making you feel unhappy right now? The reading's called the Where Does It Hurt spread.
Spin it, Banshee.
It's the Empress reversed. Wow, this is like a deja vu card for me here. So air signs, but this is specifically for you. Where does it hurt? I feel it hurts that you don't feel like you have enough time. You're unable to apply enough time to your projects, your goals, your desires. You're stressing out a bit. You may feel blocked. You may feel as though you just need time to yourself and you can't seem to get it.
It could be that. It could also be a sluggishness that smacks of some sort of sense of procrastination or lack of motivation. There are basically things going on that maybe are just making you feel your concern is elsewhere than where it should be. Number 1.
All right. So how are you dealing or will be dealing with this unhappiness? Well, interesting. It's the 9 of Wands reversed.
Yeah.
Everything's got to be reversed here.
I know.
So what is making you unhappy right now is that, you feel like you're ready to give up, or this is how you're dealing with it. I'm sorry, how you are dealing with it. You feel like you're ready to give up. You're ready to throw in the towel and put up the white flag and say, I guess I should just abandon this if I can't seem to ever find the time. Or as you maybe spin it a little differently with what you said there. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to bring that into account so much, but just say that maybe this card says, once again, you feel, or or in a way you feel like somebody should be there with you. You don't want to do this alone. This card has a sense of a solitary look here, like, you know, you're doing this alone, and you're saying here, no, I don't want to do it alone. So it could be that, you know, you would want to seek others, but if in the absence of others, you're just basically backing off, I think.
So why are these feelings justified? Why are your feelings justified? It's the High Priestess reversed. I guess it's because you feel like you truly lack inspiration. You know, that the inspiration is hard to come by. You're just no longer feeling the same about it anymore. The same, you know, like almost spiritual connection with whatever it was you were trying to do here.
That inspiration could just also be the sense of motivation. I'm going to say, too, that I think your feelings are justified maybe because maybe in a sense you look at yourself as being a lot more simple in this regard than otherwise. You're sort of denying a sense of your intellectual capacity, and you're sort of saying like, no, I'm not a deep thinker. I don't have to think about this deeply. I can just sort of go with, you know, the basic reason, you know, the more simple reason, the more earthy reason.
So how will you turn this frown upside down?
Oh dear.
It's the moon reversed. Well,
you're running out and howling. No,
well,
maybe
it's
you're
reversed.
not.
I feel here that you're achieving some sort of clarity in order to turn this upside down. What does this mean? Well, I think in this case, it's hard to say. Either you realize what you need to do to actually be able to pursue this in a way that, you know, will make you feel better about things, or maybe you've determined what you need, that you need to let it go. Some clarity is going to be achieved as to what you need to do here.
Well, it's probably no surprise that as a reading for the air signs, a lot of this, even if it's not specifically indicated, is about perception and thought. You know, it starts off with the beginning here, the idea that maybe you're wondering if you should be taking more care of yourself, or if there's still something else to do that you should do. These are all things that are connected to thoughts, and so it ends up with the idea that you need to go in deeper. You need to think about this more. You maybe need to look really at other things that can give you answers.
Well, I think that we'll recap.
Yes.
I'll just go through mine since it's a little bit different, and then you can go through yours.
Okay.
I think here that what I feel, air signs, goodness, and I lose my voice, is that you feel up against the wall, like everything's pressing down on you, and your own goals, dreams, or even, you know, time for yourself has been abandoned. And how are you dealing with it? I feel here that you're ready to throw in the towel. You're ready to call it quits. You're just about to give up. And are your feelings justified? Well, you know, yes, in that you feel no spiritual connection to this anymore. You almost feel as if there's no inner inspiration to continue pursuing this path that you've been struggling with. And how do you turn that frown upside down? With clarity being achieved. Maybe it's either you realize, yes, this is just not going to work out for me. I need to do something else. Or you're going to figure out a way to make that time for yourself and get it done.
It is ultimately about the clarity. And the thing is you have to figure out what you can do for yourself. You know, if this is what you feel about it, you know, you feel you just need to figure that out. You have to decide for yourself if you really are going to stand up or if you are going to shirk away. And really, I think there's a big part of you that just wants to sort of feel like this is not so unusual. This is really a common sense thing. You don't want to attach anything more lofty to it. It's sort of like anti-intellectual in a way, and I don't know if you can grok that. It's just sort of a weird thing I'm feeling there that says this is sort of business as usual. And that's why your feelings are justified, is you just sort of feel this is the way things go. So ultimately, that, of course, does leave you with this idea that maybe, you know, you have to think about it more, or else you won't be able to change that situation.
All right. Hey, that's it for the air signs.
All right.
Oh my
so
gosh.
we are on to
Move on
fire.
to the fire. Okay, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. This reading is for you. Let's find out, where does it hurt?
Right. What are the factors that are causing you to feel insecure, I guess I would say. And here comes Therapy Cat. Maybe he'll also bless us somehow. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. Stay there. Stay there. Don't lean against that.
Right, you'll move it out of the camera. But yes, there is Sunny, the sunny bunny.
You
So,
little scene
fire
stealer.
signs, where does it hurt? What's giving you the downs? Card 1, what is or will be making you unhappy?
What is or will be making you unhappy? It's the Knight of Wands reversed. Oh man, would that make you unhappy? It just seems like things are not moving in the right direction. You know, it just seems like you're feeling, it seems like you're feeling a little bit angry at your progress, or maybe things that are blocking your progress. What do you say?
I'm almost wondering if you're mad at yourself because you don't find you have, you know, something in yourself to challenge yourself to go forward, or you are finding a way to blame it on others, but it really does feel like you just can't figure out how to hit your stride and get going there. Like you feel like something's limiting you, and it really hurts or bothers you because you know you need to get out there and do stuff.
You know, I'm not going to rule out that maybe you're upset because your talents and skills aren't being recognized right now. You know, perhaps in a job search or something of that nature, career-wise, maybe you feel like you deserve better,
Wow.
you know, and you feel kind of stuck in place.
Right. One's our enterprise business networking, so I could see that, yeah.
So how are you dealing or will be dealing with this unhappiness? Oh, it's the Page of Swords reversed. Well, you're not communicating very effectively. Does this mean that you're just putting up and holding it all in and bottling it in? Or are you being aggressive in your communications here and, you know, it's causing some, you know, more stress with you?
You're possibly making cutting remarks. You're possibly being snarky a little bit. You may be missing other cues where you might want to employ better social skills. So, you know, you're probably, well, let's look at that. How are you dealing? You're just really kind of adding a little fire to the overall situation. If there's a perception that maybe you're already a little bit under the pressure, this is not going to add if you really visibly show some of that.
So why are your feelings justified? Oh, it's the Eight of Wands reversed. It's basically because you feel as if you've been, you know, spinning your wheels. Maybe you've you know, been putting out a lot of effort and, you know, for no gain. A lot of effort here for no gain.
I feel this does deal with networking, business, kind of situations, communications. So I feel that Banshee is exactly right here. This may be a feeling here that you feel like you are going nowhere, and you feel justified because you just sort of feel like somebody is limiting your growth, or the circumstances are limiting your growth. You just don't see a way of getting to your target.
Or you're wasting your energy on something that you either no longer believe in, or, like I said, you truly don't feel you're getting a fair deal out of. You're putting in a lot of effort and getting nothing in return. So how will you turn that frown upside down? I love this. It's the Eight of Swords reversed. What a perfect card here for this.
Yes, it is. I know what you're going to say.
Well, you take that confidence of yours, the fact that you realize you feel like you're getting shortchanged here, you're burning yourself out for no gain. You take that and you break free. You break free from your restrictive environment. You go seek out something new that's more worthy of your talents and your abilities.
If you feel like things are holding you back, it's mostly going to realize to yourself that this is your own perception. This is a deception. You're playing on yourself, and you really need to kind of just break out of that, cut loose, use the idea of the swords, for clarity as well as for breaking free.
Yeah, we have the 2 swords in this reading, right?
Yeah, it's kind
half
of
them are
interesting.
swords. So, yes, make a move that's right for you. But it looks as though your move is on to something else, because you have the confidence. You finally restored your confidence. You realize, okay, let's recap.
Let's review.
So let's go back here. It seems as though you feel stuck in your career path, perhaps, or in some area of your life, and you feel like you're not getting the recognition or, maybe the compensation you deserve. You're not getting the jobs that you deserve. And so, do you want to go? I guess I'll let
you go. And it could be, too, that you're feeling like you just are blocked somehow, or you just don't have really the kind of energy or charisma you want, or that people don't notice it.
And so you might be lashing out how you're dealing with this right now. You might be, you might be talking some smack at the office, or, being a little snarky, and communications just are frayed. Let's just put it that way.
This does not help this.
No. And so are your feelings justified? Why are your feelings justified? Well, because you're burning out. You feel like you're burning out. You have no motivation or drive. You're on empty right now, and it's basically because of you trying to do so much to get people's attention or approval, and it hasn't been working.
Yeah, your energy level is seriously low, and you're probably also really wrecked over the idea that you're not getting closer to your mark.
So ultimately, you break those thin ties that bind you, because you realize, I'm better than this. I can find something better than this situation. I am worthy. And so you take off those binds and you move forward, break free.
You need to find your own sense of a eureka moment where you realize, I'm better than this. I can do this.
And that's what we have for the fire signs.
All right, fire signs.
So, hey, water. It's Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces.
Right. And, some of you guys have your own innate propensity to feel unhappy at times, or certainly you can run some gamut of emotions. So, watch that, water signs. But let's see if we can identify, some strain that could be going on right now, perhaps.
Where does it hurt?
Where does it hurt? And earlier today, if you didn't see it, you could watch our Material Matters. It's Banshee's Material Matters. It was on at 10 this morning. And, of course, we were live in the chat room for that one, too, dispelling other useful information or just sharing some good stories with everybody. We have a wonderful tarot tribe, and it absolutely manifests very well during the Banshee's Material Matters.
You can still watch my video anytime. Anytime, anywhere.
Yes, and I won't go there. Our favorite show salesperson.
Commercial.
Okay, water signs. What is it that is making you so unhappy?
Be right now, or will be.
Oh. Well, there might have been some really nice project that is not getting off the ground or having some delays, or maybe is really, failing, is not growing, the Ace of Wands.
Oh, excuse me, I'm not yawning at his interpretation.
It could just be the overall sense of a new job or a new position within a company. It could be the sense of some new development in your neighborhood or situation where maybe you have a new project going on. Anywhere that you might have some sort of opportunity or goal related to maybe something new, it's floundering here and it bums you.
Well, water signs, I'm not going to necessarily tie it to a project or goal yet, but yes, I can agree with that. However, the Ace of Wands can also be about fresh starts, a new relationship, for example. So I want to see the tenor of the other cards we get, but I would say something new that you were hoping to initiate. There are delays or disappointments or downright an inability to get it off the ground.
So how are we dealing with this? Or how will we be dealing with it?
Temperance reversed.
Well,
wow.
Not very well.
Well, you might be a little bit out of sorts, to say the least. You're allowing things to stress you out and make you sad. Maybe your emotions are overwrought, or, it's just throwing everything out of whack. You need to find a way to rebalance yourself. Try to keep calm during, this crisis or storm.
Another thing is you may be relying on comfort strategies that could not necessarily be helpful for you.
That is correct.
So you may want to eat or drink or smoke your way out of this somehow, that kind of thing. Those would not be good.
No binging on ice cream or pizza. So why are your feelings justified, though?
Ooh, I wonder about this one. Ten of Cups.
So see?
I'm wondering if maybe this really hits home closer to family or emotional concerns of some sort. Yeah.
So it seems like there's trouble and discord in a relationship or in a household, with family.
It's why it bothers you the most, that idea of a rationalization, I think.
It's possible, too, that this could just say that the people closest to you that you were counting on to see you through this or to help you get this off the ground have not come through for you.
Okay. And you're right, the Ten of Cups could stand for an association of any sort, whether it's family, circle of friends, office worker, gang, that kind of thing. So, yeah.
So how do we turn that frown upside down, Mr. O? Oh.
Well, it's the Page of Pentacles, and we might have to do some amount of reaching within ourselves, some amount of meditation. We might want to really think about chilling a little bit and maybe looking towards some other things to kind of tide us over. So maybe this is a good time to curl up and read, or maybe this is a good time to study something else or consider doing something else.
I guess how do you turn that frown upside down is accepting the fact that we can't win all the time. We may have to accept the fact that this is just not going to work out and move on from there. And I think with this card reversed here, there's definitely a call. I feel that with Temperance in this reading too reversed, to ground and center yourself, learn to accept the loss or defeat, and take away what you can learn from this whole experience. So how about we look at this again for the water signs? I'll let you go first.
What is or will be making us unhappy? And we feel that a new project, a new association, a new enterprise, a new job, something new is bumming us because it didn't work out, or there's a delay in getting it. Maybe a job isn't going to happen. Maybe a project has been reassigned and you really wanted to do it, that kind of thing.
Or a relationship, yep.
Right.
Yep. Well, okay. And so, yeah, to add to that, I would just say something you wanted really badly to get off the ground. Hey, maybe you were trying to propose marriage or something here too, and it fell through, or, a person just saying, not now. And so there's disappointment. But it could be a career or a job that you really thought would be great for you, and it's off to a very bad start.
There's an institutional quality that could be at play.
So why, or what will make you, I'm sorry, how are you dealing or will be dealing with the unhappiness?
You might be giving into some bad behaviors because you're really unsettled about this. You maybe should be trying to work at resolving things in a more balanced way, but this is kind of showing that maybe you're going to give into a little bit of bad behaviors.
I have to agree with Mr. O on that. I think that's the best way to sum that up. And just try to find your center, Try to find your center through all this water signs.
So it really does bum you, and this is why I think, number 3.
Are your feelings justified? Yes, exactly. With this 10 of Cups reversed here, it's like, oh God, partnerships are shattered. Or there's just trouble in collaborations or with people that you felt maybe could help you, get this off the ground. Perhaps, like, for example, if it was a marriage proposal, this is such a disappointment. Could, even if somebody said not now, could this make or break the relationship, you feel like...
it could make you feel like maybe you're going to ostracize yourself, or you just want to be away from, people who you feel maybe have hurt you.
And so how do you turn that frown upside down? By accepting that maybe some things were not meant to be, that maybe it's time to take what lessons you can from this situation, ground yourself and center yourself, and move on, water signs.
I won't disagree with that either.
Good luck with that.
So that's the water signs.
Let's go on with our friends, the earth signs.
Earth signs.
Yep.
Are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn.
Sweeties for you. All right. Shuffle. Good boy, son. You stay right there. I have a feeling you won't, though. All right. Earth signs. Where does it hurt? What's making you feel unhappy right now? Ooh. It's the 5 of Swords reversed.
Oh, you feel like you're in a no-win situation.
Or maybe you will be, or, you're feeling that now. You're kind of maybe walking away already from it, and it's painful.
Yeah.
So you wish that things could be better, that things could be different, but it just seems like there's a stalemate here. Nobody's willing to bend, and so it's kind of like a situation that's broken.
Well, it does seem like something that maybe is about to happen. I wouldn't say that's happening right now, but the ramifications maybe are already out there, and I think it is really like just something that really bothers you because nobody's gonna achieve anything good there.
So how are you dealing or will be dealing with it? Okay, well,
you will be trying to find your way back into the light. You will be realizing perhaps that this is not something that you can deal with on your own, sulking on your own. You will try to find someone to talk to about it, or some way to get back into a better place.
it's healthy for, well, you might be finding healing and help depending on what kind of situation we're talking about here. Like, for example, if it's marriage counseling, it's a really bitter, divorce or something that's going on. So, you might be seeking out actually help. Help is there for you now, and you know how to find it. Or, and I would caution you to take your time with this. You are actually seeking and finding, new people, a new tribe. Okay, if this didn't work out with this group of people or this situation, I'm just going to run right out and, gather with new people. It's good to socialize, but be careful. Be careful that you're not just rebounding yourself into some dangerous situations just to get away.
So why are your feelings justified about all this then? And it's the Chariot reversed. Maybe you feel like you haven't really been able to be in control. Maybe you feel like things try to stop the way you control things or stop the way you applied your energies or your skills to a situation.
Well, maybe control is the issue, but I have a feeling you're feeling that it's others, that you feel your feelings are justified because others wanted to control you, and I would also say that this kind of fits in with what I said about the Five of Swords, in that the Chariot can be about a stalemate or a full stop, and so that's sort of what I feel happened here, is that things were not going forward at all. There was no movement. Everybody was standing their ground until you, apparently decided maybe you were going to walk away from it.
All right. So
how do you turn that frown upside down after all of this? Oh my goodness. Well, it's interesting because in a way, to me, that flies with the Five of Pentacles reversed.
Well, I think it's saying give yourself time to heal to some degree, or
and that's
or
the
rest
Four
over
of
that.
Swords reversed.
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't say that.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, give yourself time to rest.
I think it's saying you do have to give yourself time to rest, but you do have to eventually, get up on the horse again.
Right. I think the Four of Swords reversed here is saying, remain active. Don't cower or don't retreat, unless you really are hurt badly, I would say, by this whole encounter. Sometimes we need at least to be around other people in order to heal, and maybe what this is saying is to find a group therapy, or something, or find, some therapists that can help you, or healthcare practitioners.
Well, it could be adding to the idea that you said that maybe you just need a new social situation.
Yes.
But it could also be saying that maybe it is possible you can repair or come to terms with what set it off to begin with. Either way, it does look kind of hopeful.
Well, it is hopeful. I'm not sure it can repair what's done with the Five of Swords.
That's pretty bad.
It's a pretty bad thing, unfortunately. Let's tie it up again for the Earth signs. Sorry, Earth signs. But we'll talk about this in a minute, what we've been seeing here today. It looks as though what's hurting you is
Five of Swords.
The Five of Swords. This definitely seems to be issues with others. This could be a toxic work environment where nothing ever changes. Management doesn't do anything about it. It could be a relationship that's run amok. So many arguments that finally and it never changes, and you've just decided enough's enough.
You just may live in a really stressful environment all the way through, whether it's environmentally your neighborhood, or maybe it's your place of religion is really contentious. Who knows? It could be a lot of things. It just seems
like a no-win situation. And so how are you dealing or will be dealing with it? Well, I think it's fairly healthy here. You're seeking healing, but be careful how you do it. That's all. Don't create other problems for yourself, trying to run from from this one into somebody else's arms, let's just say.
And we always mention that we're not qualified therapists, but then she mentioned it would be a good idea if you really feel the need to seek a qualified person.
Seek qualified counselor or people. Maybe there are other friends or associates that you already trust that you can talk to, about this situation, and seek their help. And so why are your feelings justified? Well, it's basically because you're stuck. I feel that you are stuck. You're not moving forward. Nobody is giving. And so you feel like, why am I here?
You may be feeling that, you were only going into a darker place. And so your feelings are very justified because you don't want to continue down a path you have no control over.
And how do you turn that frown upside down? I think it's from movement. I think it's time to get a move on. And maybe it's just saying, yes, you are right in letting this go. Letting this go and getting the therapy. Move on that. Move on healing yourself.
Yeah. And that's why these two really kind of coincide, which is really nice. Take that time to take care of yourself and then return refreshed, renewed, and revitalized. Or at least 2 out of 3.
It seems like the readings today really were based on interpersonal relations.
A lot.
So everybody tried, and it just seemed like kind of a pattern. So I don't know if it's something astrological going on, but everybody take care out there, get the proper guidance and help if you need it. But also, by all means, be free to liberate yourself from situations that are not healthy for you.
And now we are going to look at the same questions in the collective overall context. Maybe it's the world, maybe it's just the overall situation, however you want to look at that. What's bugging the world?
Oh, excuse me, a little tired.
We've been burning the midnight oil lately. We're actually jumped ahead the schedule on this one because we had a bit of extra filming this weekend.
But it's in the evening and I'm tired.
And you're done.
I'm done.
It's all right.
All right.
I want some more of that Coca-Cola you gave me earlier. I know this is not a product placement thing.
Well, none for me because I want to sleep tonight. All right. Are you shuffling?
I did.
You did. That's right.
All right. To the world. What is it that will be making you unhappy?
It's the Hanged Man reversed. A lot of selfish behavior. A lot of people, maybe only thinking of themselves, their own ego stroking perhaps, unwilling to make sacrifices that are necessary to, for progress. And I could think of a lot of scenarios. So I think we should lay out the cards before we get into real scenarios.
But yeah, I agree. It just really seems like, what's bugging the world is maybe the inability for everybody to be on the same page with each other to some degree. And that's always going to happen, let's face it. But then, how are we dealing with it? Global community aside, how are we dealing with it? And it's the Six of Swords, and it may be that some of us say we have to deal with it, with the implication that maybe a lot of us or some of us are saying, no, we are not dealing with it.
What's interesting about that card is usually when it's upright, it's taking you to a better place. When it's reversed, you're going back. I have a different feeling about this card. I'm kind of feeling here it's saying, so this is a situation you can't run from, that you have to face. Sometimes we want to just move on, and it's been our best interests to move on. I feel as a society, whatever this is, we have to face it.
We will be talking very soon. So
why are our feelings justified? Because there's so much, there's still work to be done to make things whole, to establish good foundation.
Our perfect home.
Yeah. The perfect home. I mean, there's so much potential here, but, there's still work that needs to be done, and we have to face that. And so how do we turn that frown upside down? Wow.
Another 4.
That's what we had before.
Yeah.
Last reading.
Same position too, the final one. The 4 of Swords.
We have to really make a move. We have to move on this instead of stalling.
We have to wake up from our sleep.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, Mr. O. I want to recap it, but I guess before we do, we should be thinking of recapping it towards our scenarios. What do you got? I know you were
I'm thinking this is about climate change.
Yeah!
Yes!
Boom!
Because this last week or so, we have gotten the steady reports of every day being globally temperature highest than the day before, which was the world breaker from the day before, as well as the idea that the month of June, last month, was the hottest month on record since they started recording. And that, I believe, goes back to the late 1800s.
I totally was going this way. Now, I know the ego and stuff, could have lent me to go into some, either Trumpian era, areas or Russia areas, because we had this ego war between Putin and Prigozhin, and that may still be going on. There's rumors that Putin killed a general, or had him killed. We have
a late-breaking evil war between 2 social media platforms.
Yes! Ego!
Some of this could apply.
So there is a number of ways we could apply these cards, and you could see that. But let's talk about climate change here a little bit. Everybody's kind of got a selfish mentality, but I want my, gas guzzling car, or I want my, I don't want to have to recycle, or I want to leave all my garbage on the beach I was vacationing at.
So disgusting to see
so much stuff we saw in July 4th, revelers on beaches just trashing the beaches.
We are having a hard time collectively agreeing on what needs to happen and what we will all have to do. Exactly. And there are a lot of people that are exempting themselves.
And how are we dealing with this unhappiness? Well, one could argue that we are kind of stuck. We are stuck because nobody wants to make that move. But I really feel this card is saying whether we want to or not, we're going to have to face this. We are going to have to face this.
It sort of sounds like, some big rock has blocked the stream. They can't go beyond it until they figure out how to.
And let's just say there are some people who are definitely on the side of wanting to do this, and there are those who just don't want to deal with this. No. So how do we, are our feelings justified about this? Well, yes, because we have such potential to do, to make a lot of fixes that could make things better. Even simple maneuvers. Sometimes it really doesn't take much for us to make some changes in our life and our lifestyles.
If worse came to worse, the entire planet's population and life forms could die, but the Earth itself would return given time without all of the annoying industrial pollution that we're adding. And so this is that idea, I think, is saying is that given its own time, Earth will be okay, but will we? We still have time to do something, but it may be too late for a lot of people in the world. There may be significant sacrifices that we didn't think we were going to have to make.
And how do we turn that frown upside down? Everybody needs to do something. Everybody needs to make some moves. It's really the only way.
We need to wake up.
And we all need to maybe move and come more together on this. So that's what we have. Daunting task for the collective world today, but it's serious business, and it's getting more serious by the day, not even by the year anymore, by the day. As record heat waves, all of that is hurting and killing people and animals. All right. Well, some food for thought in all of these readings. We hope we've given you some stuff to think about. Until our next 4th quarter moon, try to heal, try to make your lives better, try to turn that frown upside down, and we'll see you next time.
All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Take care till next time. Bye.